This is a video review of Tobot Athlon Champion. At least I think his name is Champion. It's kind of hard to find, to research some of the names for some of these Korean toys. Like, with Carbots, I never feel comfortable saying, like, what the name of a Hello Carbot toy is, because, like, there are just so many things that could be the name out there. Like, do I trust the eBay listings? Do I trust some Google translated stuff? I just don't know. And so, Champion is my best guess based on what I've seen for what this guy's name is. Now, Champion is the first combiner of the Tobot Athlon line, and, he's okay, but he lacks something compared to some of the older Tobot figures, Tobot combiners. Like, the cars here are all very small, where before you would get, like, cars are like, let's assume, like, the cars are all 1/25th scale, then, for the DX releases or whatever you want to call them. Then for the combiners, it would be like a 1/23rd scale or something like that, just a little bit smaller. But these feel like they're like a 1/20th scale or something like that. They're quite a bit smaller, and they also feel really cheap compared to like the stuff, like the individual cars for Tron over here. They feel so much better than these. They feel like they're the actual releases of the toys, just smaller versions of them. These feel like they're light, rinky-dinky, not quite there. And it's a shame. They feel like all of the vehicles that went into the Giga 7 combination, and I gave that thing a really bad review. Now, I like this thing here, Champion, more than Giga 7, but it's a bit disturbing to see Young Toys sort of going to the smaller side of things. Like, they started out really big and boisterous and bombastic with all their toys and stuff, and that's why I fell in love with the Young Toy stuff. But now they're sort of going the economy route, and I don't like it. Anyway, I've ranted enough about this. The individual cars, they are quite nice. Like, I love the red translucent stuff here, and this red paint that all of these figures have them on it. This red paint is just a gorgeous, bright, shiny paint. It looks wonderful, especially in a robot mode. Like, you'll see it on like the head and stuff here, and it just looks amazing. And so this thing has a great aesthetic. It's just like he doesn't have the shelf presence he should. So this is about it for the cars. They look like the original Athlon figures, so Alpha, Beta, and Theta. They roll pretty well. Let's get on to the transformation now. So to start this off with, we'll start off with Beta over here. We'll pull this out, and then we will split these sections up here. Then we'll fold the bumper back. Then we'll pull out the legs here. And if you know much about the Tobot line so far, you should be saying, hey, this looks really familiar. Then you'll split them apart. And the reason why it looks familiar is because this guy is kind of a carbon copy of the old Triton combiner, who like Triton had a lot of problems like with his build quality, even though like he felt like a big deal, but he had a lot of problems with his build quality. And anyway, what you're doing with this, guys, you're just pulling this down, you're pulling this out, and you're pulling this back. When you put this down, you'll pull this out, and then you'll pop this in. Triton had a lot of problems, but he felt like a kind of like a DX Super Sentai figure. Then these will go onto here, where this thing feels like he is a bloated Transformers. What is the Warrior class? He feels like he's a bloated, Warrior class Transformer figure, and it's just kind of a shame. So anyway, you'll just pull the fists out here. You'll rotate these around. You'll push these out, and then in the side here, you have these little things that open up and come out. And you'll do that on both sides. And anyway, he just feels so much smaller. And when I have them all combined and I bring Tron in, you'll see what I mean. So anyway, you have these done. There's some little holes right here for the connectors here. We'll put those in here and here. And here is... oops. I hit my camera. And here is a Champion in his robot mode. And he's a very nice looking robot. It's just, I can't shake that this is a copy of Triton, and I want something more original than just like a redo of an old design. Like he works a bit better than Triton did, because Triton had some naive engineering on him, but he had ambitious engineering. This thing just lacks all ambition. He just looks good on the shelf, and that's kind of it. And so this is a Champion. I do really like the way he looks. Like, the head here is just gorgeous, like with all this red paint on it. Let me get my light in here, and it just looks amazing. Like, this is a great head sculpt. I am definitely okay with the direction that Tobot is going as far as like head sculpts are concerned, but everything else about the figure is just so rinky-dinky. Like, here is Deltatron next to him. Deltatron is just so much thicker and bigger and a hell of a lot more posable. Like, Deltatron is a super posable combiner. Like, he has thigh swivels, legs go forward and back, and then out. He has some decent knees, and then his arms do everything you want him to do. Like, he is the best posable combiner I have. I have other combiners that are also posable, but he does it the best. And now the Tobot line has reduced itself to this. I just can't... I just can't endorse it the same way. Like, if you're looking at this guy, it's like, yeah, he looks cool. I want him. What I want you to do is, I want you to look over here and look at Deltatron. If you don't have Deltatron, get Deltatron before you get Champion. And if you have Deltatron, then I want you to look up a Tobot figure called Quadrant. Get Quadrant before you get Champion. And if you have Quadrant, then I want you to look up some of the Carbot stuff, like K-Cops or... I can't remember the other one names, but the Carbot combiners actually have some really cool figures too. So this guy's just like the bottom of the barrel of the big Korean combiner toys. Like, he's just above Giga 7 in that he's not awful, but there's very little redeeming about him besides his aesthetics. And if you just like his aesthetics, then just look up pictures of him every once in a while and you'll be okay. Like, there's nothing about the tactile experience here that's really great. There's actually quite a bit about it that's kind of bad. Like, look how much that wobbles. He stays together just fine, but he wobbles. Now, yeah, I would be remiss if I didn't go over the Poseability real quick. The arms rotate around 360 on a kind of weak ratchet, but it holds well enough. His elbows bend quite a bit. He does have a bicep swivel, so the arms basically do what you want. They'll go in and out, and if they go all the way out that way, then you can keep... Never mind, they're all the way out. But they can go inwards like this here. So you can do some weird things with the elbows if you want. Then for the legs, they go forward. They bend at the knee. You can tilt the toes. And for the most part, because his legs are kind of static, the best pose you'll be able to get the legs to do is just straight up and down. You can't do stuff like Deltatron can. So this has been a video review of a Tobot Athlon Champion. I realize I've been kind of a negative Nancy on him, but I have my reasons. They're just a lot better figures. Like, if this were like the first Tobot combiner, I'd be all about this. Yeah, he's great. It's just, there are better things you can buy that have been out for quite a while. And so, anyway, yeah, this has been a video review of a Champion. I like him okay, and I review Power Rangers, Transformers, Digimon, Tobots, lots of stuff like that. And if that sounds interesting, please subscribe, and thank you for watching.